Hello, welcome to another episode of What's on the Table. In this episode, I am going to show you the easiest chicken recipe that you'll ever make. And I'll tell you why it's the easiest. And there's like endless types of chicken curries that you can make at home within about 20-25 minutes, and you should be good to go, right? So it'll take less time than, pretty much using all the ingredients to make a proper chicken curry. Or if you were to order it online, it would be done quicker than somebody delivering your food to your door, right? So let's get started with what's so easy about this. Now let me first start with showing you the ingredients we require for this recipe, right? Now here I've taken about 2 fillets of thigh. So 2 thigh fillets over here. I've cut them into pieces of about 1 inch. So that's about 2 fillets. Depending on how many people are going to eat this curry, you can use those many fillets for that. And the only other ingredient we need is yep, that's it. There you go. See, I told you. So this and the chicken thigh, that's all you need for this chicken curry. Now remember, this comes in actually different flavors. This brand is Patak's, and has been established in 1958, so it's been there on the market for quite a while. I got this in Coles in the international section. There's plenty of other flavors that Patak's offers. Now remember, Patak is not sponsoring this video. I know that there are different brands like MasterChef or Sanjeev Kapoor that you can choose as well. But the beauty about these pastes is that they are, ready to be eaten pretty much. So you pour this in this jar and then add your chicken in, and kind of just fry it a little and then add this paste in. Your curry is ready, right, in about 20 minutes. That's the beauty of this recipe. Now what different flavors I'm talking about? So the one that we'll be making today is chicken madras. So that's the curry flavor that we'll be making. But I've also got in my pantry is tikka masala. So that's another good flavor that we've already tried before. I've also tried chicken korma. And I've also tried the good old butter chicken. Now this is a mild flavor. You also get it in medium, so you can go with your spice tolerance. And then just this morning actually I bought tandoori chicken marinade. And let me tell you something, is the beauty of these recipes is they've given you the instructions at the back of this jar. So just over here, so if you carefully look, there's like these cooking instructions. And all it says is fry your diced chicken in little oil and then add the sauce, right? Depending on how many fillets. I'll give you a quick tip. If you're using 2 thigh fillets, about 250 grams of chicken, I'd use about half of the jar. If I'm using about half a kilo of chicken, I'll use the full jar, right? So it just gives you that enough curry. For one person, 250 grams of chicken is enough. If it's 2 or 3 people, use the entire jar with half a kilo of chicken, right? So today we are going to make madras chicken. Okay, so yeah, I hope you're excited. Now like I said, this is something that you shouldn't be consuming every single day, but this is specifically for days when you're like super tired or you're just lazy, you don't want to do too much, and if you don't want to spend too much money by ordering Uber Eats or like getting delivered food. If you've got chicken thigh in the fridge, or chicken breast, bone chicken, whatever chicken that you've got in the fridge, and this curry paste in the pantry, you're set to go, right, in under 20 minutes. That's the excellent part about it. So let's get started. I'll show you the entire recipe, and then we'll taste it, right? So madras chicken is something I'll be tasting it for the first time, but I've tried the other flavors too, like korma and tikka masala, and they're pretty good. Let me tell you, they taste almost similar to a restaurant curry. So you would spend about $30 for just the curry, and then you would get probably about 200 grams of chicken in there, along with the curry. This is about 250 grams chicken that I bought. It's costing me about $7, and this is for about $7 as well. So $15, I can get about half a kilo of chicken curry ready in 20 minutes, right? So let's get started. Okay, so I've got my induction here, and I've got the casserole which we'll be using to make the curry. I'll just quickly turn it on, and then once it's on, I'll use about 2 tablespoons of oil. So not a lot, because we're going to just lightly saute the chicken in the saucepan, so it becomes a bit browny and might taste like a lot more chunky, I guess, when we have a bite of that curry. So let's give it a minute until the oil is a bit hot, and then we'll add the chicken in. Now remember, when we're making this curry, we're not adding any other spices, we're not adding any salt. It's all in here, right? So it's all in there. So I'm just going to wait for the oil to become a little hot. Just reduce the temperature a bit to say about 120 degrees. I've got the induction here. Of course, you can cook it on a gas stove if you've got one. So I'm just waiting for the chicken to become a little hot. And once the chicken is hot, the oil is hot, I'm going to start dropping in my chicken. Right, so it's starting to sizzle now. Okay, now one important question is, if you're watching this video from, let's say, in Australia or from the Western countries, it's advised not to wash your chicken. Although where I come from, India, we make sure we wash chicken. Although I do not wash the thighs and breasts in particular, I sometimes do end up washing chicken with bones, right? Just to get rid of the tiny bones I might have in there while cutting the chicken. Chicken is nicely sizzling. We'll give it about 2 minutes. Just cover the pan. Give it about 2 minutes and then we'll come back at it again. I'm just going to give it a nice little swirl over here and see how beautifully the thigh fillets are getting a bit brownish. So I've given it a minute now. I'm just turning it after a minute. And I'll just cover the pan again for another minute before we add the paste in. Okay, let's open the pan. Nice sizzle right there. Sizzling away. I think that's more than enough. 2 minutes for the chicken. It's turned a bit white now. That's exactly what we need. And now I'm going to open the jar. And remember, because it's 250 grams of chicken, I'm just going to pour half the jar. Right? So just add the paste in. See, I've finished about half the jar, right? So just up to here. Okay, now we've added the paste in here. All I'm going to do is give it a bit of a swirl so that the entire chicken gets coated in that paste. Look, the color is so good, I'm telling you. It's beautiful color, right? It's like nice thick brown color. And I'm going to cover the saucepan for about 15 minutes until the chicken is cooked. So let's wait for that and I'll see you once the curry is almost ready. Okay, it's been about 15 minutes that this chicken was cooking on the induction. And look at this curry. Oh my god, the chicken is perfectly cooked. And look at this. I mean, the color and the chicken and everything is just fantastic. I mean, I'm really impressed by these pastes, I'll be very honest. And it's a very quick recipe. You know, by the time you come back from work, if you're super tired, and you want to have a bath, you go for a bath, but before that you just chuck your chicken in the saucepan, you add this paste, and by the time you come back having your bath, your chicken is ready. So let me just quickly serve this in a serving plate and join you back with a quick review. So we've got a plate here. Apologies for all the mess around here, but this is the water that dripped from the saucepan's cover, and I'm going to just pour this curry in a serving plate. Oh, amazing color, amazing aroma of this chicken right now, and I'm fairly confident that the chicken must taste good as well. So, and like I said, we haven't added any spices, so we'll see how that tastes in a while. And just to dramatize it a bit, you know, you don't have to do this ever, but I'm just going to sprinkle this with a little bit of coriander. so that it looks on our, for our video. And I've got a bit of an onion here. Again, everything that I'm showing right now is optional, and a bit in a papadum. So if you like papadum with your plate, hey, go for it. But that's a beautiful looking plate that we've got here. Taste this amazing looking curry. I've got my spoon here. Let's just taste the curry first. God, so good. This is so good. And with chicken, I'll be very honest, if I'm lying about how this has turned out, after you make it, I'm going to take all the beating for it. Trust me. You can comment below if you hate this, but I am so confident you're going to love this, that all the comments that I'm going to get on this video are going to be great comments. So remember, it's a chicken madras that we've tried today, and it's actually fantastic. 20 minutes to make the entire dish, 20 minutes to make your rice, right? Or a parota or even a naan bread might go really well with this. But oi, amazing. I'm just going to take I'm going to stop this video now, because I've got to really get my rice here and enjoy this delicious curry. Like I said, this is actually more than enough. 250 grams. I've made it in about $15, and more than the restaurant portion that you get for about $25-30. So please, if you are interested, go to any of your Coles, Woolies, or any other store. You would find different brands with these pastes available. Madras chicken is amazing. Chicken korma is beautiful. Try those recipes. Let me know in the comment section how you found them. And we'll soon meet again, in another episode of What's on the Table on Candid Chaos. Take care, look after yourself, and cheers for now.